When you have to eat gluten-free, you're likely to come across a lot of people who just don't get it. Between people who have no idea what celiac disease is, people who don't believe gluten intolerance is real, and people who think you're just on a fad diet, you're bound to hear some ridiculous things. So, here's what not to say to someone who is gluten-free, inspired by true events. Come on, I'm sure a little bit won't hurt. Would you tell someone with a peanut allergy to just have a little bit of peanut butter? No. Hey, I got you a cookie. Oh, thank you. I'm pretty sure it's gluten-free. Thank you for the thought, and thank you for the cookie. But if you're gonna go out of your way to get something for me, please be sure that it's actually safe for me to eat. And if you're not 100% sure, make sure you tell me that before I put it in my mouth. For how many? Hi, do you have any gluten-free options? Gluten-free? Gluten-free, like, doesn't have wheat in it? No, sorry. I like gluten. This one is unfortunately word for word. Now, I understand that I'm not going to be able to eat at every restaurant out there, but there are so many better ways he could have put it. Even just a, no, sorry, not at this time, or our kitchen isn't safe for someone with a celiac, but no, I like gluten. Seriously? Me too, buddy. Wish it didn't ruin my insides. Should have said that. We all set to order? Are your deep fryers safe for someone with celiac? Well, that depends. How celiac are you? Well, that's not really how it... You know what? I'll just have the salad. I can't tell you how many times a server has said that to me. Who told you that was a thing? Where are they? Let me at them. Oh my God, I had the best pizza yesterday of my life. The crust was just like perfection. It was so crisp on the outside, but it was... Oh, sorry, you definitely couldn't eat it. It was full of gluten, which is why it was so amazing. So good. We have to try it. I really don't mind people talking about how much they enjoyed their food, even if it's something that I can't eat. I love food too. I love talking about food that was good, but there's just no need to stop the conversation, to single me out and make it more obvious that I can't eat the thing that I already assume that I can't eat. Just makes me feel even more awkward than I already feel in my life. No way, I'm gluten-free too. Well, except sometimes I'll have bread or pizza, but just on the weekends. I'm gluten-free like 80 to 90% of the time. We all know those people. You see them sneaking one of the 4 gluten-free cupcakes at your work party, and then later you see them off in the corner enjoying a regular baguette because they just couldn't resist. I mean, it's really none of my business what other people want to put into their bodies, but don't tell me you know what it's like to be on a strict gluten-free diet and then turn around and eat a donut. It's not fair. I want a donut. I wish I had celiac so I'd stop eating so many carbs. What? If you don't want to eat so many carbs, then just stop eating so many carbs. But you better believe that celiac disease has not stopped me from eating them. Everyone down to go to McDonald's for lunch? Let's go. There are 2 possible outcomes when you're with a group of people that don't understand being gluten-free. You have to either choose between being social and not eating anything, or eating alone and actually having your lunch. On this particular day, I chose my lunch. So I sat by myself in Subway eating my gluten-free sub while everybody else went to McDonald's. It must be so hard being a vegan. You wouldn't believe how many people confuse me being celiac with me being vegan. Now, to be fair, I am vegetarian, so it can get kind of confusing, but if I ate a piece of meat, I wouldn't die, I would just be a little bit mad. If I ate a piece of bread, I would be in severe pain and probably puke. One of my biggest fears is that somebody will give me vegan food thinking that's what I needed instead of gluten-free food. But wait, that happened. So what would happen if you ate a slice Well, it really depends, but usually I'd start burping a lot, I'd start getting jabbing pains in my gut, and then I'd probably projectile vomit. Everywhere. Just puke my guts up, and then the next day I'd be running to the bathroom constantly. I personally don't mind giving a super graphic answer to this, but for those who don't want to talk about bodily fluids, just don't. I heard that you can eat the bread in Europe. There are people with celiac disease in Europe. Over to you, Tom. Well, Karen, it turns out that gluten is gluten no matter where you are. No, you can drink Corona. My friend who has celiac drinks it all the time. Oh my God, that's amazing. Oh, if anyone ever tells you, you can eat or drink this, my celiac friend does it all the time. Please don't just take their word for it. Sometimes it might be true, but there's a lot of misinformation out there. So make sure you always do your research first. The claim that Corona beer is gluten-free is a bit controversial. There were tests done that show that it's below the 20 parts per million requirement that would technically classify it as gluten-free, but Corona doesn't make that claim. Long story short, Corona does contain some gluten, just not a lot. If you're celiac, don't risk it. If I couldn't eat gluten, I would kill myself. I've had at least 2 people say this directly to my face. Why? Just not cool. There you have it, what not to say to someone who is gluten-free. Has anyone ever said these to you? What's the most ridiculous thing you've heard? Let me know in the comments below. While you're there, make sure to like, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.